What's up, what's going on, legends? It's your boy Errl, Shatter here. In today's video, we're jumping back into the Warzone. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the light machine gun known as the SA87. We're also going to be talking about the best loadout or class setup for this weapon. And you guys will be really surprised to see some of the data that we were able to get due to this amazing website this man put together. It's called codgundata.com, and I'm going to include that link down in the description below, as well as a link to his Twitter. You guys should go give him a follow. It's absolutely incredible what he was able to put together, and it's extremely useful, as you guys will see in today's video. But before we jump into the rest of the video, if you guys do enjoy this content at any time or find this video helpful in any way, make sure you guys show your support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. Let's go ahead and throw an easy goal of 20 likes on today's video. Also, if you guys are interested in finding a way back to the channel for more Modern Warfare or Warzone content, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button alongside that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. So like I said, today we're running with the SA87, and you guys will actually be surprised that it is the best in a specific category, which is actually bullet velocity. It's default with no attachments. The bullet velocity is actually 120 meters per second faster than any other gun, and it sits at 840 meters per second. So that's bullet traveling pretty quickly. It's going to hit the targets, pretty accurately and pretty efficiently, I should say. And when you stack some attachments, you'll actually be amazed on how fast the bullets will travel when using this weapon. Like I said, the fastest bullet velocity of any gun. It's definitely worth a shot. So let's go ahead and jump into that best loadout or class setup with this weapon. So for our muzzle, we're running that monolithic suppressor. For our barrel, we're running that SA87 25.4-inch factory. For our underbarrel, we have that Commando foregrip. For our ammunition, the must-have 60-round mags. This thing is kind of fitted more like an assault rifle, but it does still have that slowness that you feel with LMGs. So you're going to want to make sure you have the largest magazine, and it's definitely not worth running without it. And then the last attachment that we're looking at is the rear grip. We have that stippled or stapled grip tape. Now, most of the time when you're building a class setup, you want to know what these attachments actually do. And thanks to that website that I had mentioned before, we actually have some really interesting data that I would like to go over with you guys. It's going to tell you a little bit more about how this class setup is built, and also just how insane the bullet velocity actually ends up being after you run these attachments. So after going on the website and getting the data that I needed, for our monolithic suppressor, we're getting an increase of 10% damage range, but at the negative of 41 millisecond increase to our ADS time. For our 25.4-inch factory barrel, we have that increase of 20% to the damage range, and then again we're adding more time to our ADS by 37 milliseconds. For the Commando foregrip, we're losing 2% to movement speed, which I think isn't a huge deal. When you're running an LMG, you tend to expect to be a little bit slower, so 2% isn't a huge amount. And it's definitely worth it to run the Commando foregrip. You're also going to get the benefit of having 6% less vertical recoil and 15% less horizontal bounce. Like I said before, you absolutely cannot run this weapon without that 60-round magazine, which is also going to cause a negative of 2.9% against your movement speed, slowing you down just a little bit more. And then last but not least, like we said, the stippled or stapled grip tape. We're actually taking away 34 milliseconds to the ADS time that we've added quite a bit to. Our sprint to fire speed is 34 milliseconds faster, and our tactical sprint to fire speed is actually 71 milliseconds faster. So a summary of everything that's changed to the SA87 by putting these attachments on. For our damage range, we have increased it by 32%. For our ADS speed, we're looking at 456 milliseconds in order to accomplish that. For our sprint to fire speed, we have 229 milliseconds. Our tac sprint to fire speed is 321 milliseconds. Our movement speed is 4.28 meters per second, so fairly slow, but useful enough. If you're running an LMG as expected, you're going to actually plan to be a little bit slower, so I don't think this is a huge negative. For that vertical recoil, we have that minus 6%. For that horizontal bounce, we're taking away 15%. And then for our bullet velocity, with that monolithic and 25.4-inch barrel, it increases that bullet velocity by a total of 41%, which makes the bullet travel time 1,184 meters per second. So that is absolutely insane. By default, we said this thing has 840 meters per second. Now we're looking at 1,184 meters per second. Those bullets are traveling insanely fast. Like I said, it's probably what makes this weapon, overall usable. It's kind of a different gun to run. It's not something you would typically expect to use, and I would definitely say this weapon is a little bit underrated. So it's good to see some positives for this weapon, and maybe a reason that you guys will go out there and try it for yourselves. That's going to wrap things up for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's content. If you did, make sure you guys go down below and show that support for the channel by smashing the like button. Like I said earlier in the video, we have that goal of 20 likes. And if you want to make your way back to the channel for more Modern Warfare and Warzone content, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button alongside that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Appreciate you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support on the channel, and I hope you all enjoy this gameplay.
Allied UAV overhead.
Setting a charge.
Hit one once. Down to teammate.
Target is down. Well done.
We can go back on the bridge and grab some stuff real quick. I know there's going to be a team that pushes somewhere from behind us. There's no way. I see a guy.
Enemy there.
Friendly drop bag headed your way.
Yep. Right here.
I need targets. Send recon.
This is Falcon 3-0.
We're about to have an advance.
This is
Now,
Falcon 3-0.
send the
Good
recon.
copy. This is Falcon 3-0. Good copy. Enemy
Careful.
UAV
There's two
overhead.
teams pushing from over there.
Out of fuel.
They're going to have to push in. There's a team that's pretty much in the gas.
UAV is out of fuel.
And there's the one guy that's right here, and he's a solo. One guy by himself. There's guys down below on the ice.
Enemy there.
They're not going to be able to get up. There's two guys up here.
Moving here.
I see him.
You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Enemy there.
No, they're behind us. We're safe where we are, so stay behind the wall. Stay behind the wall. Yeah, the other team's going to fight and end up fighting that other team.
10 remaining. Keep it up.
See one of them? He's behind this rock right here.
Enemy there.
Broke his armor. He's pushing in from over there.
Mid caliber here.
No, that direction. I don't know why that. I can't mark past it. They won't let me mark past there.
Forget my
And they're coming out of the gas. The other guys are definitely down low. I see him. I see him.
Enemy there.
Don't peek.
I see one. Mark him.
Is he jumping off?
I see one. Mark him.
I do not see you.
Nope, both down. There's another one. He's gonna get back up.
Gas is moving.
I see him.
The debt is paid.
Staying right here. There's only one person left.
Relocating the safe zone.
Yes.
You've got gas moving in.
He's right there. Right there on the ground.
Good work.
There you go.
That is how you do it.
Let's go. We won that bitch. Wait for a second, wait for a second. I want to see the score thing at the end. There we go. Holy crap. 4,600 damage.